Kendrin.
What happened? Miss Tasia, how y'all doing?
We are back. If you've never been here before, we do a cross section of pop culture in real life. Today, we are coming to you with a pop culture round in the world. This one is pretty new, so let's start here. So Amy and TJ from the what were they on? Good Morning America, I think, or some version of that. Anyways, some morning show.
I think it's GMA. You're right. If we wrong, y'all correct us.
So apparently their exes are now dating each other,
which is crazy.
So it's like a wife swap.
Literally. Because now you're starting to see, like this last 2 weeks, I started seeing that TJ and Amy were like going out to events together as this new couple. And then you sent me this thing today. I'll share it to our Instagram stories.
Yeah.
About the wife swapperization that's happening.
You remember did you ever watch Wife Swap, like the show that was on?
I did.
Chaos, an absolute chaotic show that they can bring back, because I used to giggle watching that foolish show.
And I think that they still do it. I think, like it was like a reboot.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what network it's on.
Got it. Yeah, but so apparently that's happening, and I'm just like, oh my goodness. Wish them all the best. Crazy. All right, let's move on. I don't know where we want to go. Divorces and relationship ends. Teyana and Iman are divorcing. This is an interesting story because it seems like he was kind of like a hater. He was like her biggest hater.
Yeah. Well, my thing is, like, she spent the last 3 years like protecting his like image, so to speak. And then but I mean, she didn't release the divorce proceedings or whatever. Didn't. Somebody went and dug it up and put it out here to the world. And so, which is very unfair. And I actually think it was an
error, if I recall correctly. It seems like they had filed under, maybe not under seal, but they had filed only listing their initials. Mm-hmm. And it seems like his attorneys maybe made a mistake and filed with their full names. And that's how it got leaked to the press.
So it's giving that was done intentionally.
Maybe.
Because if he was a hater, right? Like, this is the idea that we're, that's circulating at this point, that he was a hater. So why wouldn't he tell his counsel to go on ahead and release? So that way this happy, go lucky image that we have of Teyana is like tarnished because of all that was written, which that's not how it worked out.
Sure, but I don't think
still riding for tea.
Yeah, and I don't think that releasing it makes him look good.
That's what I'm saying.
It doesn't make him look good.
Like, if this is the idea, right? Like villain meets villain type thing. Like, I think that he already is going to look bad regardless of how it was played out. So why not smear her business, because she's a very private person. So why not just, throw it out there, throw it to the wind.
Yeah, I don't know. Either way, their business is out, and it seemed like that at least Teyana did not want it out. Even to the point of saying, even to the point of saying in her statement, it's like, this is still my friend. We still have kids together. And I would like to keep y'all out of our group chat. As she said in her statement. So that's interesting.
I ain't mad at her.
Yeah, me neither. We did not talk about Keke Palmer. Here's where I think this is like a media overreach a little bit to me, because like I struggle with, like, I know we talk pop culture and stuff, but I struggle with these high stakes situations because I feel like no one needed to see her being assaulted. I struggle with that a little bit.
Yeah.
And I struggle with the usefulness of that, and like, what does that do to her having her seen that? And honestly, she's super resilient, and she hasn't really said a whole lot. She's just showed up in places and continued to be Keke Palmer, which I think is the best thing to do, Diddy. But what
I will say is in her defense, like, well, not in her defense, but to support her in a way,
Yeah.
Yes, it probably did not do any justice to her own psyche to see these images.
Yeah, that's what I'm more so
basically being put out there for the world to see and pass judgment on. But at the same time, because she's often been characterized as doing too much, or she's lying, or like when the Trey Songz thing came out a couple of years ago, the Trey Songz allegations or whatever. Now it's like you can't say that this did not happen to this woman because boom, this is the photographic evidence.
Yeah. No, I get it. I understand. I understand that point, but I hate that has to be, it has to be that way, and it doesn't have to be that way if people would just believe women when they speak. But also I just psychologically, I don't know what that does to you. And like I said, she has taken it in stride as she always does, and good for her. But yeah, I don't like that was published. I just didn't like it, and I think obviously could have gone under what do you call it, under seal, but yeah. I didn't like it. It left a bad taste in my mouth. I don't take pleasure in seeing that kind of stuff about people, the demise of people's relationships and stuff like that. Like it's too far.
Yeah, it's not fair.
No, it's not.
It's nobody's business but the person who's going through it. Amen.
At all. So a couple lighter topics. So have you seen this conversation, this discourse about Tyla? The make me say So if you haven't heard about this, in South Africa, there's like I don't want to mess this up because I'm not an expert at this, but there's like another sort of
racial identifier.
Yes, thank you. Racial identity that's like colored. And so she has been saying like that she's colored. However, in Black parlance, that means a certain thing, and we don't do that. Black American parlance, let me say that.
Maybe some British too. Because I feel like either way, we're American, so we're going to stick with the American.
That's what I know.
Okay, amen. Amen. And this is what I will say. The people that are like going up in arms about this thing, two things can be right at the same damn time. Absolutely. She is colored in South Africa, but in American society, American music, she is considered Black because of the one drop rule. It is what it is. Or
even, I could even get along with her saying like, I'm mixed race. I could get along with that.
That too.
I could go along with that just fine. But this idea of like, girl, you're going to come over here and think that Black people are going to call you colored? Absolutely not.
But I don't even feel like she is the one that is going around saying that you should. Now, sir, you want to be in here. Don't be down there groaning because I'm talking. I don't know if y'all heard that, but my dog is very moody. Anyway, I don't think that I have not heard that she was the one going around saying that you need to address me as a colored woman. I think it was just people, talking on TikTok.
Yeah, and wherever, all on social, it's like people are kind of saying, girl, we're not calling you that. And it's been a discourse that's been mostly on social media. I think that she would probably understand why Black people are not willing to call her colored, based on the history of that verbiage here in the U.S.
But she's also so young. I feel like she's like 20 years old.
Yeah.
I don't even think she's broken past legal drinking age here. She may have, but I don't know to be sure.
I'm not sure of her age, but ultimately ain't gonna happen.
It's just
here,
ridiculous. Dear. My thing is like, with the music that she's making, it's gonna be put in the Black genre of music
for sure.
And I think that is the issue. At least that's what I have deduced from all of the people talking about it on TikTok. Even though I did not stay long in them streets to find out, I just wanted to see what the controversy was. We was gonna talking about it. But like, again, two things can be right at the same time. The woman is of mixed race here in America. If she looks more Black, Americans will say that the girl is Black.
I agree. And so the last two topics I have are pretty silly. Roach has thrown his hat in the ring to go on the Real Housewives of Atlanta. And I'm gonna tell you why I like it. I don't think he was serious, but even if he wasn't serious, I'm not opposed to like a Derek J or a Miss Lawrence or somebody else. Like, girl, how long have these Real Housewives used their gay friends, their hairstylists as props for their storyline? And I'm not opposed to, like, let's have some gay guys on the program. I'm not opposed to it.
Bring them back.
At
least it was interesting back then.
I know it's housewives technically, but if we have bent the definition to include very single people who have never been married, we can also
for
bend
years
it
at that.
Men. As far as I'm concerned.
To include all people, whatever you identify as under the umbrella. Okay.
Yes. Wide net. Thank you. And then the last topic I have is Northwest dragging Kim Kardashian.
And the designer at that, because it wasn't just Kim. She also was dragging the designer. That poor man was so nervous.
She is giving Kim a run for her money, and I'm enjoying every single moment of it. She is just a delight.
Kim said that North is here to teach her patience.
Yes.
And to have lots of grace.
Yes. And I think because North seems like she took her personality from her dad, she's
a little Gemini too.
She is probably having to make peace with her own life decisions, procreating with one Mr. Kanye West. So,
and what I will say, I am enjoying the Black youth springing out of North. I think it is just so cute. I love our little Black kids of all like mixtures, where however you show up in the world. It's just so cute how they just pop into themselves. I love her new, like, she's very much into the swoop and her baby hairs. I think it's cute. Very cute.
I am a Northwest stan, honestly. And it's probably got a lot to do with the fact that I am not a Kim Kardashian fan. So it feels like North is just getting her together, and I enjoy it. That's it. That's all I have. You have anything else for our pop culture wrap up roundup?
So, in today's news, I heard by way of the girl down to Demetria Lucas, Ratchet and Respectable. Shout out to her. Jonathan Major's trial actually started sometime this week. Either it was this week or last week. So I'm sure that we will have more things coming down the pike, and we will tap our youthful intern to tell us what's going on, because I'm not going to keep up. Right now, it's a whole lot of mudslinging happening. The one thing that she made mention to when you get to this episode of Ratchet and Respectable, girl, there was commentary at the trial about him wanting this white woman to show up as Michelle Obama or Coretta Scott King. And my guy, if that's what the hell you wanted, why would you go and get you a blonde-haired, potentially blue-eyed white sister? I don't get that. That don't make no sense. You're trying to attribute, you're trying to give her attributes that is not of her own culture and making.
That's so foolish.
Yeah.
That is very foolish.
If you're going to get with a person, get with the person and allow that person to be them. Don't try to manipulate them into, because she's now dating this famous Black man, she got to show up as a Black white woman. That's disrespectful as hell.
That's wild. That's crazy. Yeah, so that's it. I think that's all we have. Drop down in the comments. Tell us what you're keeping your eye on, which pop culture story you're keeping your eye on. And in the meantime, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll chat with you again later. Bye.
Bye.